open the fridge right now. That's the boundary. And then what I'm going to say to myself, honestly, is like a mantra. Well, I kind of just wait it out. I might say to myself, I'm safe. This isn't an emergency. I can cope with this. That's actually my favorite mantra, because the only reason we get activated during our kids' tantrums is because our body kind of confuses whose feelings are whose. It's like, wait, my kid's having a tantrum. And our body then starts to feel unsafe, which is why we want to shut it down. We often want to shut down our kids' tantrums just to stop ourselves from feeling whatever uncomfortable feeling we're having, right?
It's a lot of cortisol.
It is. So that's why really our body needs to be told, I'm safe. And it responds really well to being told this. I'm safe. This isn't an emergency. I can cope with this. And then you actually can say very little to your kid. They're not hearing it anyway. Their frontal lobe is completely offline. They are fully in their most like reptilian part of their brain, fight or flight mode. They actually can't even comprehend language, but they feel your presence. They feel your energy. You sitting down, making sure your kid is safe, which might mean carrying them to their room, not to leave them there, to sit with them there because they started throwing blocks. I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to carry you to your room. My favorite line, you're a good kid, having a hard time. We're going to get through this. I sit against the door so they know I'm there. My kids kind of doing whatever tantrumy things they're doing, which of course my kids used to do too when they were young. And I'm seriously saying to myself, I'm safe. This isn't an emergency. I can cope with this. Someone else I know says to themselves, this tantrum will end whenever it's going to end. I just need to weather it, right? Something like that. And then you wait.
It sounds like you're talking about a twister or a tornado.
Doesn't it feel like that?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Where can we find all these Dr. Becky-isms? Like, I know you have an app. Tell us about that. I would like to get signed up immediately to your app. I've learned so much this episode, and I think Michael has too. I think we're on the same page after this episode, which is cool.
We're going to throw the iPads away?
I don't know we're going to throw them away.
Not on the full same page.
Not throw them away. They're not going to come to dinner anymore, and neither are our phones. Are you going to be okay with that with Twitter?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
it's fine.
We'll see.
It's called X now. It's called X now.
Okay, X. I'll let Dr. Becky know. Okay, tell us about the app. Where can we find you? Where can we get more of your tips?
So I really do think about parenting like a language, where most of us parent in the way we were parented. Kind of like whatever language was spoken to you.
Okay.
And most of us want to do things a little bit different. Some people a lot of it, but some people it's just a little shift. And so at Good Inside, we believe that parents don't only need an approach that actually makes sense. They need a modern, technologically sophisticated tool to make that approach super accessible. So I used to have all these workshops for all these different things. I still have that, and some people love that. But I started to hear from parents who are saying, I have 5 minutes. I have like in-between moments. I'm brewing my coffee, or I'm scrolling in bed, or I'm like on the pickup line or taking a walk. I have 5 minutes, and the thought of a workshop, I can't do it. And I get it, because I still think those parents need something. So we just thought, like, what if I could distill all the most key things from different workshops, from what I know kids kind of need at different ages, and it took less than 5 minutes a day for a parent. And so we knew we had to do an app to personalize it to your kid's age, make sure it was developmentally appropriate. So that's what's in the app. And then we also have this amazing chatbot in the app. I mean, I feel like in the world of AI, technology is being used for so many things. Parents should not be left behind of kind of the AI tech revolution. So now if you have a question, it really feels just like texting me. I, no joke, used it the other night myself because I was spiraling and could not access.
What did you ask it?
How did you get it to figure out did you just basically feed it a bunch of information?
There's so much content I've produced.
So you just put all that.
But also there's a way of talking to people that I think it's the how of getting ideas that matters as much as the what. And honestly, training that chatbot was something I'm super involved in, because I know kind of the way I have insights about people, like that's also how I'd want it to talk to a parent non-judgmentally, really understanding any of us can just make small changes at a time. And the other night I was kind of spiraling about some social stuff that was going on with one of my kids and getting into like what I call fast forward error. Like, you fast forward 20 years, like, oh, my kid's never gonna have friends or, whatever. And I literally said to myself, like, okay, like get in Dr. Becky mind. I couldn't. My husband was out. My best friend wasn't picking up the phone. I was like, this is so insane. Like, should I go to my own app and like ask my chatbot, my kid is going through some social changes. Can you give me a parenting pep talk? That's literally what I wrote it.
And it answered you back.
I wish I could get it it was everything I needed to like feel my feet on the ground. And then I I felt like I actually felt good going to bed instead of like waking up at 2 a.m. feeling like, a shitty parent worrying about my kid.
That is so genius to be able to just ask your app. I'm getting that right away.
It's amazing. And so all of that, it's in the App Store. If you just search Good Inside, you'll find it. We make it easy. If you go to goodinside.com, you can get it there. And just what I want parents to know is this parenting gig is so hard.
Okay, I feel like that's
it's so hard. And then we tell ourselves when we struggle, like it's our fault or I'm not good at this or it's easy for everyone else. It is not. I really believe that the world has set us up for feeling bad. It would be like our friend telling us they're a bad surgeon only to learn they never went to med school. We'd say like, you're not a bad surgeon. It's just no one really prepared you for this very hard job you have. And that's what we live every day. And I think the bigger message I want to say to parents and even our app is it doesn't have to be that way. Like I am such a fan of parents up-leveling support. That could be our app. It could be the parent coach in your town you heard good things about. It could be whatever you trust, whatever sounds compelling. Up-leveling support, I think, is a sign of everything you're doing right as a parent, never a sign of anything you're doing wrong.
Where can everyone find you if they want to follow you?
Oh, okay. Goodinside.com. My podcast is Good Inside with Dr. Becky. My book, guess what it's called? Good Inside. My Instagram handle is a little different. It's my name first, Dr. Becky at Good Inside. That's the whole handle. But if you type in Good Inside to anything, the chances are, yes.
We'll link it all out too.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on. Come back anytime. I could have
Thank
gone
you for
on
doing this.
Thank you.
Tangent.